This video is designed to assist with the installation instructions for Asta Model 281 mini self storage doors. The Model 281 is produced with the highest quality and durability in the industry. Is available in sizes up to 10 by 10 and in a variety of colors. The Model 281 is the perfect choice for all of your storage applications. Safety is foremost, and installation should be executed by qualified door professionals. Before getting started, be sure to inspect all of the shipped parts and account for everything before commencing any work. Use correct lifting procedures and equipment during installation of this product to avoid injury or damage. Do not remove the plastic which holds the door in a roll. When cutting the plastic, use caution to not cut into the door or the bottom rubber seal. You will be told at a later time when to remove the plastic. No guarantee will be given or responsibility accepted by the manufacturer if the door is not installed as instructed. For proper operation, follow the instructions as given. Please review all the steps before beginning. Getting started. First, determine the height of the door. Mark a spot on the floor in front of the door opening, the same distance from the wall as the door is tall. Place the door on the floor at this mark, with the bottom bar closest to the opening and facing down. Verify the opening width and height match the door you are preparing to install. Verify you have proper headroom and sideroom clearances. For headroom requirements, you will need 16 inches of vertical headroom and 17 inches of horizontal headroom for doors up to 8 foot tall. For doors up to 10 foot tall, you will need 17 inches of vertical headroom and 18 inches of horizontal headroom. For sideroom requirements, you will need 2 inches to back of guide, or 3 1/4 inches to back of bracket clip, or 5 inches to end of axle shaft. These side room requirements are the same for each jamb. For Model 283 and 283-14 Windlock installation, refer to the instructions supplement. Assemble and connect the brackets to the door axle. Slide the 1-inch spacer over the door axle and push against the drum bearing on both sides of the door. On the tension side, slide the support bracket onto the door axle and rest against the spacer. Then slide the tension wheel over the axle and rest against the support bracket. Be sure the tension pawl engages the tension wheel. Align the hex-shaped hole in the tension wheel with the hole in the axle and attach the 1/4 inch by 2 inch bolt and fasten securely with a lock nut. This lock nut should be hand tightened only. Do not over torque the fasteners by using an impact power tool. On the non-tension side, slide the support bracket over the door axle against the spacer. Then slide the set collar over the door axle, resting against the support bracket, and tighten the set screw. When installing the Windlock version, Models 283 and 283-14, refer to step number 2. 6 1-inch ID flat washers have been provided in the hardware carton, packaged separately. You will need to install 3 washers over the axle on each end of the door prior to installing the 1-inch spacer. This is provided in the main hardware package. Attach the support brackets to the guides by positioning the guides perpendicular to each jamb. Place the door assembly at the top of and on the outside of the door guides. Attach the support brackets to the top of the guides by aligning the 3 tabs on the support brackets with the corresponding slots in the top of the guides. Use a hammer to tap the support brackets into position and engage the lock tabs. Lift the door into position by placing the bottom of the door guides against the wall at each door jamb. Lift both sides of the door evenly and walk the door into position at the door header. While one installer holds the door in place, the second installer should verify the door is centered in the opening. If the door is not centered, the door can easily be moved left or right. Install one guide fastener per guide approximately 5 feet above the finished floor. Install the support bracket fasteners next. The door should now support itself. If the door is too tall to walk up safely, lift the door with a mechanical device such as a genie lift. Fasten the guides and support brackets to the wall by first verifying the guides are plumb and the door is centered in the opening. If not, loosen the fasteners and adjust accordingly. Measure across the opening to the back side of each guide and verify the dimension is the curtain width plus 1 inch or opening width plus 4 inches. For models 283 and 283-14 wind-load doors, the guides should be installed at door curtain width plus 1 3/4 inch or opening width plus 4 3/4 inch. The minimum amount of fasteners per bracket is 2, and the guides require 1 in the bottom hole. Once you have verified the door is centered and the guides are plumb, install the remaining fasteners. Attach a fastener in the bottom hole of the guides. Then fasteners are spaced every 24 inches on center. Install the head stops after the door is securely fastened to the wall. Use the 1/4" 20 fasteners provided. Hand tightening is the preferable method for attaching the hardware. Pre-tension the springs by rotating the door 2 complete turns. Hold onto the door to prevent counter rotation. Cut the plastic holding the door in a roll. Pull the door down into the guides well past the head stops. Install the mini bottom clips on the inside of the bottom bar on both ends using 1/4" by 3/4" carriage bolts and lock nuts provided. Lace the 1/4" nylon rope through the center hole in the bottom bar and tie a knot securely on both ends of the rope. Do not tie the rope into a loop, as this could catch the center antenna of your car. Install the mini lock on the exterior side of the door curtain. Use the pre-drilled holes for attaching the mini lock to the curtain with the fasteners provided. Attach the 5" felt strips to the curtain interior to prevent damage from the lock bolts. Check the door operation. Raise and lower the door to test for proper balance. Warning: make sure the door is in the fully open position prior to making adjustments. If the door is hard to open but easy to close, increase the spring tension. If the door is easy to open but hard to close, Decrease the spring tension. You can adjust the tension by placing a 3/8 inch diameter winding bar, supplied by others, into the holes provided on the tension wheel. Pull down on the winding bar to increase tension. Each notch you engage equals 1/8 of a turn. To release tension, pull down on the winding bar enough to disengage the tension pawl. Lift the tension pawl clear of the tension wheel and raise the winding bar until the tension pawl engages the next notch in the tension wheel. Continue as needed to achieve proper balance. Most size doors will require between 2 to 3 full turns to achieve optimal balance. Do not stand or walk under a moving door. Keep the door in full view and free of obstructions while operating. Do not allow children to operate the door. Repairs or adjustments should be made by a trained service person using proper tools and instructions. To avoid injury, do not put fingers between the door and the guides. Read the installation instructions in its entirety for the door